These are some of the biggest things that I've learned over the past year and things that I plan to really implement this year. Some of these have to do with the mind, some of these have to do with myself, and some of these I can use to help other people. So consider that as you are sitting here, laying here, listening to me, whatever it is. Think about how you can apply these in your reality so you can create your ideal future and ultimately get predictable results. My name is Alex Morgan, and I'll help you align your actions, your beliefs, your dreams, and your thinking so that you can achieve success. And success is here. One of the easiest ways to achieve success and be ready for it is to apply what you've learned and really implement things and take action. So the first thing that I really learned that's really helpful, and I use this with myself and with other people that I want to connect with, network with, personally and professionally, is emotional maturity is more important than emotional intelligence. And why do I say this? Because emotional intelligence, it's having that knowledge. It's having the knowledge of the range of emotions and thinking about when you can apply them and things like this. Whereas emotional maturity, it's applying that knowledge. So there's a lot of people that know a lot of things about a lot. However, are they implementing this in their own reality? Are they kind of walking the walk, or are they just kind of talking the talk? Think about it. Who would you rather take advice from or get guidance from or have a mentor or coach as? Someone who's doing something that you want, or someone who's just talking about it? So emotional maturity, when you meet someone who has emotional maturity, you'll know, because they go the extra mile to show you that they care, to show you that they want the best for you, to show you that, guess what, you're going to benefit from having them as a friend, as a partner, as a colleague, whatever the relationship is based on, family, whatever it is. And that goes right into the second thing, is that relationships are probably one of your biggest assets, because success, really anything that you want, it's going to be so much more difficult to achieve this alone. So think about it. Who is it that you know? Or maybe there's some dormant contacts that you have, people that you used to be really close with that you haven't got around to speaking to. Maybe if you were to rekindle certain relationships, this would help you in business, in your personal life, whatever it is. There's always supportive people around you who will help you with new choices, new opportunities, and new possibilities. So the more that you're willing to speak with others, learn from others, communicate with others, influence each other, this is going to get you so much more success than you ever thought possible. During this last year, I started coaching with another company as well, and these people I had a prior relationship with. I saw them asking for coaches, so I thought, why not have a conversation with them? And of course, because I knew them, they knew my skill set, they knew what I had to offer, it made a really good fit. Of course, I'm working with them because I know that it's a good fit and I can genuinely and easily help their students. I'm not just doing that just because, and they didn't just take me on because. They only send me students who they think are also a right fit for me to work with. So, relationships, they're going to get you new opportunities when you least expect it. How many times have you heard the saying that it's not what you know, it's who you know? And it's not necessarily always how you do something, it's who can help you get there. Because a lot of us, we know how to do a lot of things. However, there's probably that one person or that team of people that if you were to speak with them, they could help you get everything and anything that you wanted. Anything and everything that you wanted. The third thing that I think is really important, one thing that I really learned, is after working with people for many years and helping them achieve abundance in many different areas of their life, I found that there's really 3 common problems that people have. So like I said at the beginning of this audio, some of the stuff that I've learned, it really helps me help other people. And that's why I make these audios, to hopefully help you. So think about this, if you have any of these problems and what you can do to fix them. The first one is a lot of people, they don't know who they are. That means they don't know their values, they don't know their beliefs, they don't know what motivates them, things like this. So if you don't know really what you're trying to do and what motivates you and what you believe, and you're not organized in this way in your mind, how are you going to get what you want? The second thing is people don't focus on what they want, or they don't spend enough time, or really any time at all, designing the reality that they want. So think about it. When's the last time that you truly spent a whole day focusing on what you wanted and really was designing the reality that you wanted? When's the last time you really thought about your goals, what you want to achieve? Did you have pictures of these in your mind? Did you look them up online? Did you get a bunch of data for your unconscious mind? Because your unconscious mind gathers the data, so then you can get the goal. The unconscious mind is the goal getter. So the more data you give your unconscious mind and the more you design your future, the easier it is for it to come true. And you'll probably end up achieving much more, because usually along the way, guess what? You're going to meet people and you're probably going to be around people doing the same. So chances are those people are also going to have emotional maturity. You're going to start attracting more of that around you. So all of these things kind of go together. And the third problem that people have is a lack of consideration. So what does that mean? That means that typically people aren't achieving what they want because they're trying to do things the same way. There's something that they haven't considered yet that will help them get there. So what do I mean by this? So think about it. You're trying to achieve a goal, or let's say you want to have the most optimal health, the most optimal business. What's something that you haven't considered yet that will give you either one of those things? What if you had $1 million to spend in the next 30 days? What would you spend it on to help you get that goal? So how often do you spend time considering things like this? I'm not saying it's a bad thing that you don't consider something. However, if you think about it, we're not limited by the things that we want to do and cannot do. That's just us telling ourselves we cannot do something. We're often limited by the things that we haven't considered. So let that sink into your mind. And the last thing that I want to share that I've really learned, it's something that really has to do with the mind. So if you really want to program your mind, make sure to listen to the other audios I post every single day. And this is something that I learned really recently. And even though I said last year, I think I actually learned this in 2025. It was these exact kind of words that someone says, not exact, but it was similar to, if we have a belief, that's installing a program in our mind, a mental program to help us do something. If we have a doubt, we're actually removing that program. So think about it. If you have a skill and you're really good at your skill, you believe that you can do this, right? However, as soon as you start to doubt yourself that you can't do this specific thing, you're actually uninstalling that program from your mind, like you aren't able to do it anymore. So really think on this. What things, what programs, what beliefs do you want to make sure that you're adding to your mind throughout this year? And what things do you want to remove from your mind? What beliefs, what things that aren't necessarily serving you? Because you don't want to be full of doubts. You don't want to be full of worries, stresses, anxieties, fears, negative emotions, whatever it is. So think about those. These are just 4 things that I learned. There's a bunch more. So maybe I'll make another video similar to this, another audio. So definitely comment below what's something that you really learned this past year, you already learned this year in 2025, that you're really going to focus on to help you get what you want. Because the whole thing is with creating your ideal future and predictable results, that if you put those beliefs, the right beliefs in your mind, you put that effort in your mind, that's why I say predictable. Because if you design what you want, if you know who you are, if you consider things you've never considered before, those results are going to be predictable because you've thought of them all before. It's just like this audio. It started out with an idea. I thought of something. I thought, what can I talk about today? What can I make an audio about? today. Then I had an idea. Well, I've learned some really cool things over the past year. And next thing I know, now this audio is almost complete. So I made that happen. I predicted it. And you can do that with anything. This is just a simple example. Definitely share this with someone who will benefit. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the audio and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everyone who's been subscribing and for everyone who will continue to subscribe. I really appreciate each and every one of you. It really helps me keep making content every day. So if you have any suggestions, definitely reach out. All my information will be in the description of the audio, or just comment below something that you want to hear, listen to, something that you want to see me talk about. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio.